Welcome, Mavericks, to another episode of Mav TV. I'm Danny Yan.
And I'm Drew Woodford. Today, we are going to be putting the spotlight on some fellow St. John students who are putting their unique skills to the test.
We're also going to be taking a look at the upcoming middle school musical, Shrek Jr.
And we'll see just how well Maverick's athletics did this past week.
Now I'll pass it off to Sydney for our first spotlight student.
St. John's has a variety of talent. Among the top of those is Laura, a high-level table tennis competitor. She succeeds in balancing both academics and her strenuous practice schedule.
So how did you first start playing table tennis?
I started at Chinese school. My dad signed me up for it, and I just started playing, and I actually liked it. After like a year or so, I started playing with a private coach, and then from there, I just started going to more competitions, practicing more.
Do you go to competitions nationally?
Yeah, there are a lot of local tournaments, and then every year there's U.S. nationals in the winter, during winter break, and then there's the U.S. Open during the summer, and then there's also national trials for the women's team. I've been to that. Last April, I competed at the U.S. Olympic trials for table tennis.
How do you balance school and table tennis?
So usually I practice 2 hours a day after school, and on the weekend I play more, and in the summer it's a lot more than that. I just when I get home, I just focus, I know I only have 2 hours to do work, so I just get my stuff done.
We, as an SJS community, continue to support Laura in her future table tennis career. This is Amelie Perrier reporting for Mav TV. Thank you.
With the new schedule this year came the issue of knowing when your classes are. To help with this problem, sophomore Matthew Giordano put his app-building skills to the test. Here's Mav TV reporter William Wallace with the story.
Matthew Giordano, a sophomore here at St. John's, has created a new app which tells you where and when your classes are for each day of the 7-day rotation.
Over the summer, I was motivated to try to make something that would help out the school. I had no prior app experience really, although I knew the language in which to code the app. So I started it just to help out people, really. I made it using a tool called Cordova over the summer. Started about 2 weeks before school started and ended a week before, or a week after school started, so about 3 weeks of development. And there were pretty long development days. I would spend most of the day working on it. And of course it was my first app, so it would take longer than any other app will. Yeah, I think I'll come out with more apps. I certainly will. I don't really have any ideas yet. If you have an idea, please come and talk to me about it, and I'd definitely be willing to make it into an app, because once I've made one, making the rest will be a lot easier.
An aspect of the app that I really enjoy over using the website is that I don't have to be connected to Wi-Fi. It's on my phone, I can just go on the app and it'll be there immediately.
I really like the scheduling app because it not only helps with academic classes, but it also helps organize when I have advisory or Da Vinci period, and even assembly or chapel when I don't know.
And there you have it. If you forget when and where your classes are on a particular day of the rotation, go download Matthew Giordano's Block Schedule Helper on the iOS App Store. Reporting for Mav TV, I'm William Wallace.
We all want our pets to travel in a safe and comfortable manner, and sophomore Lincoln Dow has built an organization to tackle this important problem. Here's Mav TV reporter Jack Trent with the story.
Here we have SJS student and entrepreneur Lincoln Dow, and he's going to be walking us through his business endeavors.
Yeah, I started People and Pets in 2014 as a for-profit company for animal transportation of dogs and cats. We operated that way for several years. We've now evolved into a 501c3 nonprofit.
So what does that mean? What's your new company organization called?
Yeah, so the organization is called Paw Fund Animal Rescue. We continue to do animal transportation, but we do it free of charge, donation funded for charities, animal shelters, rescue groups, etc. We're also branching out into other sectors, including low-cost veterinary care here in Houston.
That's great. Any big plans for the future?
We'll see how it goes. Obviously, fundraising is our main constraint, being a nonprofit, but we're looking to sort of fill the void of animal protection and animal care in the Houston area.
That's great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lincoln, for your time. It sounds like you're doing some great things for the animals of Houston. I'm Jack Trent from Mav TV News.
The St. John's Mavericks made their mark this past week and have their sights set on more competition and a special celebration just around the corner.
Boys and girls cross country were surrounded by statewide competition at the recent McNeil Invitational. Join the teams for the host event at the Maverick Ramble this Saturday at TC Jester Park.
Varsity football won their second game in a row, defeating Fort Bend Christian last week 20-18. The Mavericks have back-to-back SPC counters on Skip Lee Field, starting with All Saints and then hosting inter-city rivals EHS on October 14th.
Boys volleyball got swept by St. Mark's last Friday, but turned the tables on Kincaid by winning 3-0 yesterday. The team looks to stay in the groove as they prepare for the Fort Worth Country Day tournament the following weekend.
Girls volleyball lost a 5-set match to EHS last week and got swept by Houston Christian yesterday. The team is preparing for critical SPC competition versus St. Andrews on October 14th on Fill in the Stands night and against St. Stephen's the next day.
Field hockey is still undefeated, posting 3 wins and a tie in their inaugural out-of-state trip to Kansas City, followed by an 8-0 win over Houston Christian yesterday. One of the biggest games of the season is only a week away. The highly anticipated opening of the newly surfaced Finnegan Field will be on Senior Recognition Night versus St. Andrews on Friday, October 14th. Come at 5 o'clock to support a part of St. John's field hockey history.
This fall, the middle school is putting on Shrek Jr. Auditions began in August, and the production begins next Thursday and Friday. This middle school musical is one that you won't want to miss.
The middle school musical is Shrek Jr. Shrek Jr. is a Disney original. It's on Broadway. It's on Netflix.
I saw the musical, the professional version of it, and I really enjoyed it a lot actually. And I said, well, what play would be better for the kids that accommodates a lot of the kids, like 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and Shrek was really perfect for that.
I did The Lion King last year, and I was really stoked that I got young Simba, and since I was a 6th grader, I really thought I wasn't going to get anything. But, I mean, I just loved how many friends I made and just kind of like the atmosphere of the show. It's come a long way from when we started. Everyone's really enjoying it, and it's going to be great.
The musical is on October 13th and 14th at 7 p.m. on the 13th and 4:30 on the 14th.
Well, Mavericks, this puts another episode of Mav TV in the books. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube so you'll get updates when our new videos are released.
If you have any ideas for stories you'd like to see on Mav TV, you can email us at news@sjs.org.
And if you're a student who would like to join our Mav TV team, contact Mr. Lakey in CC236 or email him at alakey@sjs.org.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Mav TV.
Go Mavericks!